Wonder, I've been doing boxing over at Dion Boxing in Bluffdale, and let me tell you what, I am not going to start a boxing career.
Yeah, well, you've been sucking off your family's legacy for the last 14 years, Dre.
Hey, yo.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion, Hogan.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure 4 leg lock.
Are you ready?
Bam, bam.
Think you could tell us what to do? Think you could tell us what to wear?
Bam, bam.
What does he say? Bow down to the
You
master?
think you better
Think you better?
bow down to the masters?
Nope. Then you better get ready.
Oh.
Bow
Together
to
we
the
can do this. Break it down.
Hey, y'all, I just found out that Billy Gunn's still doing that.
Well, that's his thing. Let's not look past him. We were talking DX real quick. Make some noise! X back. What?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not I. But when you told me, I was like,
sure
what
didn't.
the hell? Oh, man, the Figure 4 podcast, Dre Rawka, coming at you live from Cousin Tyrone's basement.
Will Wonder from King Gunther's guest room, laughed at Cody Rhodes all the way to the bank, and we're going to do the same thing in Riyadh at Crown Jewel, but we can get to that later.
I'll let you brag about a title that doesn't matter and nobody cares about. Go ahead.
It's just another title to add to his repertoire.
All right. Keep it. Wonder what you've been up to, man. I know you just dropped a new episode of the Will Wonder Show.
Yep, new episode of the Will Wonder Show on YouTube with Niall Campbell of the Utah Jazz. You were there with me, my friend. Thank you for all the help that you provided with the cameras. But we did some Pilates, and then we did an interview. So that interview is out now on the Will Wonder Show YouTube. Also talked to Gabino Grimes, CEO, COO, whatever you want to call him, of Mike Masters Alliance. They got a big battle going on this weekend. What else? I also teach people how to register to vote and how to figure out who they align with as far as, policies and such, especially here in Utah. I mean, that's what it essentially was for.
Yeah, it's a great episode. Go check it out right now. Will Wonder Show on Instagram. We also just released a new episode. Well, not even an episode, just a good conversation with, is it AEW's own now?
Well, maybe something that we see on the 23rd.
Yes, we sat down with Utah's very own Manny Lemons, a professional wrestler here in Utah. And it was the first time that we actually got to do this for the Figure 4 podcast and the radio station.
Yes.
And yeah, it was fun, man. I had a great time. We did some trivia. I got a chop to the chest.
Two of them.
Back to back.
Did your nipple bleed a little?
No, he didn't even get close to the nipple. But it was for the aesthetic.
Yeah. No doubt.
We haven't went viral yet, though. I thought it was viral worthy content.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Next time we'll just have to do like a spear through a table or something.
Well, that would be you because you got a healthy back.
Well, I mean, healthier than yours, sure. I don't know about healthy.
Yeah, so that was fun. We got to do that and great time. So definitely go check that out. Maybe we'll put like a teaser on the YouTube, our new home.
Yes.
And we could do the same thing with audio too. Fun conversation, cool thing, and man, quick turnaround time. I'm not gonna lie, I was under the gun, but I got it done.
You did it. You did great. This 31 days of Halloween, I'm doing a video every day, and I was like, I have to get this episode out because Mike Masters is this upcoming Saturday, and I was like you, I was running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. That's what I felt like the past couple days. That
analogy always bugged me out because I've never seen that. Do they really?
Oh, you haven't?
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Yep. Don't Google it. Don't look it up.
Hey, you got rid of the boo behind you. What happened to the boo?
It fell. It's here somewhere. Yeah, it's here.
Oh, okay. Wonder, what do you want to start wrestling talk? Where do you want to start? Should we start with SmackDown? I mean, that was
yeah. Let's do SmackDown.
SmackDown. I think the biggest highlight was obviously Jimmy talking to Roman, having a real serious family conversation in
Yeah.
front of the world. And there was glimpses where I was like, yo, Roman, nobody talks to Roman like this. He was saying, yo, Uso, like, we're not the ones. You don't have your title. You don't have your Alpha Leia, or what? I'm sorry, no disrespect. You don't have the
Ulafala.
Yeah. You ain't got it around your neck. It's just you and me. We need help. And what does Roman say, Wonder?
What did he say?
No yeet.
Yeah. I loved that.
We're not going back to Jey. Sorry. We'll do this on our own, but we're not getting your brother involved.
Yeah. No yeet.
That fool super kicked me several times.
Yeah.
Spirit. We're not going back to him.
Which is funny because, I mean, he stood there with Cody. You know what I mean? You think that family would be easier. Well, maybe not. Maybe because he did get kicked and got his, interrupted that match. That maybe that is worse than losing to Cody at Mania and teaming up with him.
Betrayal is always worse than this somebody that's straight up in your face, right? Like betrayal is the ultimate disrespect. And unfortunately for Roman, because he's on cloud nine right now. He's why would he go back to SmackDown? Why would he go? And other than that being family, other than it being his brother that he has some conflict with, but him and Jimmy could patch it up, and him and his other brother Solo, where that might be far too gone. And then especially with his cousin.
I think he's going to be back to SmackDown very soon, but we'll get to that in a little bit because we'll look forward to next week. I love having Jimmy back. He's some solid comic relief. He looks good, I mean, he had that match later in the evening on SmackDown. I thought he looked great.
Yeah, like you said last week, he's tan and he's ready to take over the brand. He's looking awesome. He's looking really good. I am curious how this works, right? Obviously, Jimmy's reaching, and how far is Jimmy going to reach? Is Jimmy going to go as far as like begging? Because at this point, it's itching the whole beggingness. I mean, he went to the dressing room. He searched for him in the hallways. It's obviously Jey. And by the way, these are twins, but doesn't Jey just look so weathered compared to Jimmy right now?
He does. I mean, he's been wrestling nonstop. But yeah, he does look weathered, and that may have something to do with the extracurriculars that these guys were into, and Jey doing more than Jimmy. But yeah, he definitely looks older. Yeah. And the haircut doesn't help, if we're going to be honest.
You don't like the mullet?
No, man, I hate mullets. Like, let's can we make mullets not cool again? Like, this is in '88. I don't even think they were cool then, but people wore them.
I dig it. I like it. I like it, especially with the curly haired fucks out there. Like, it works for them. Like, it looks cool.
I was just about to say.
What was you gonna say?
That my son was talking about how he liked the way that hair looks. And then what you just said, those curly headed fucks. I'm glad I didn't put it. I'm glad I didn't say it. And then you said that because then he would have called my son a curly headed fuck, and my wife would have,
I'm good. Hey, I don't want wifey. I was about to say her real name. I don't want no issues. I don't want no problems. But I am interested to see how this is gonna work. Where is Jey gonna feel so bad for the bloodline to where he's like, I have to go save them?
Do you want me to tell you what I think? Do you want me to give you my fantasy booking?
Let's hear it.
This is gonna have us jump to Raw. Braun Breaker is out to kill Jey Uso. He wants to kill that man, and I think there's gonna be a match. I think it's gonna go, I don't know who wins. I feel like Breaker's getting that title back, and then I think he just whoops on Jey, and Jimmy comes out for the save. They reconcile in that way. We get Jey back on the Bloodline storyline.
You save me, now I'll save you. Repaying the favor.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so. I think because they did such a quick pivot, it felt like, and now we're getting to Raw, but that's okay. We can jump all over.
Yeah.
They did such a quick pivot with Braun Breaker, right? It was so quick of like, I respect you. And in the moment I said I hated that. Then all right, nope. these two are enemies again. They're talking crap about each other's families, yada yada. Which, hold on, let me go to my note because I hated Braun's promo. I'm just gonna say it, like the video package.
Yeah.
He said, "Why did I turn my back on Jey Uso?" And it's like, turn your back on him. You guys weren't friends. You just said you respected him. But then this, I heard you say, "Hey, yo, you've been sucking off your family's legacy for 14 years." I was like, what the hell? What did he just say?
Hey, yo.
Nobody hit him with a whoa. No, let's change the way we say that.
Oh, man. Emphasis on the leather jacket, too.
Yeah. But I think that's what happens. I think Jimmy's going to help out Jey from, save him from an ass whooping, after the match. That's my thought. That's how we get back to them being okay and him saying, all right, I will help you.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's the only thing that really makes sense right now in that storyline. Unless it's like Xavier Woods going haywire on Jey, but I don't think that's happening. I think the star and the key in this story is Braun Breaker going after Jey, going ape shit on him, and Jimmy having to save him. Right. Or maybe it's Braun Breaker and Xavier Woods. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because even when Jey saved Xavier last night, it's like, bro, he's still unthankful.
He still don't like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE has been doing this for a little while where they're interweaving stories, like storylines that involve the same person. So we'll see how this plays out. But I could do without the Xavier Jey stuff. I'm fine without it.
I am as well. I'm not really interested in New Day right now at all. Like the breakup, we see the writing on the wall. It's like, get it done and over with, because what's going to happen then? We're going to get them two at a PLE just versus each other. Yeah. Doesn't really sell to me. You know what I mean?
It's pretty late. Like this would have been huge years ago when Big E had the championship and they had them on two different shows. I feel like that was the time to do it, but yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of bones to pick with storylines and things that are going on, but I'm always a negative Nancy on this show. So I want to highlight the happiness.
We're trying to turn a new leaf here.
Yeah. Highlight the happiness, like KO whooping Randy's ass. Oh, let me tell you something. Heel KO, when he was in NXT, just beating on Sammy, just violent, mean, angry KO. That's the best. He's been a nice guy way too long. So I'm happy to see a turn in him.
Well, did you see him on NXT recently? He was he was over there. He gave some love to I forget the young man's name, but the young man hit a huge RKO off of the top turn.
Randy, you mean?
Yeah.
I thought you meant KO.
Oh, did you? I thought you said. Oh no, I'm talking
KO.
about Randy. My bad.
Yeah. No, I did see Randy. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
In St. Louis,
by the way. Yeah.
St. Louis, yep.
But yeah, KO getting beat up by Randy, incredible.
Other way around. Randy getting beat up by KO out in the back. Blah. When the who was it? Street Profits and DIY arguing to see who would be the I loved it.
But there was the sneak elbow there. KO didn't mean to, but Randy got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, is this them two, or is Randy gonna come after Cody? Like, what's going on with this? What's going on with Cody Rhodes? Is it just eyes focused on Gunther right now?
Right now, yeah, they're really pumping that on both shows. Okay. So I think that's what it is that's why they have the KO Orton thing going on now, because you need those guys to be doing something.
True.
And they're out of the Bloodline picture for the most part.
Another highlight for me on SmackDown was that we're getting what's the word for seven time match with Andrade and Hayes.
Oh yeah.
What's the seven octuplets is 8, right? So oct.
I don't know. I'll get IT on it. Let's see.
It's just the 7th match, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
It's not important.
No, keep going. I need to know this. It's the heptad or septet or 7-ear or hebdomad. Let's go with the hebdomad match, huh?
It's a lot of syllables. But LA Knight beating Carmelo Hayes, fun match. LA Knight didn't have any botches. It looked like he altered his top of the rope move. Looks like he's just starting on the top of the rope instead of having to jump all the way up there, which is smart. Fun match, cool match. Andrade being there. I love where Andrade is at right now because it's like Andrade is one bad move away from turning heel. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Right now, I think he's kind of face, but then he's almost there to where he could be heel. And
I'd love for him to be heel.
Me too. He's had several opportunities.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're gonna make it happen though.
I feel like this. I don't know when this like Andrade, Hayes, LA Knight, triple threat storyline ends, but I'm kind of over Knight as the U.S. champion. I mean, it's cool that he's on TV all the time, but also it's like it's kind of stale already, and he hasn't had the title too long, really.
Nah, Logan's been out the picture for what, maybe 3 months, maybe?
When was it? SummerSlam?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about that. The US title isn't moving anywhere. I feel like matches are kind of staying where they are.
Yeah. Good matches. They're good matches, but it's just rinse and repeat every week. Again,
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be negative. I got feedback that I'm a little negative on the product, but I love it. Okay. Sorry.
I'm the positive one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we got a 7th match between Carmelo Hayes, him, and Andrade coming up this Friday. They're gonna give us good work. Let's see what happens with this. I'm assuming this is for number 1 contender spot. I'm assuming
maybe. I mean, they've been wrestling him anyway, so
yeah.
I don't know.
And we're less than a month away from Crown Jewel. They still need to finish out this roster for Crown Jewel. So who knows? We might get a U.S. title match on this. I mean,
right now we only have 2 matches, right? That's the only thing that's been announced. The 2 championship matches.
Yeah, for the Crown Jewel belt.
Yep.
Both men and women.
Yep.
So no major title changes are going to happen on Crown Jewel, and maybe it is the U.S. title. Maybe that is going to be up for grabs come November 2nd. So we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah.
Was there anything else on SmackDown that was pressing?
I like Solo beating Jimmy. I liked at the end when Jimmy was like, we need help. We need help. Like, because the Bloodline 2.0 wrecked it. They Solo won the match, then gives the spike to Roman.
A serious one too.
I like the let's see, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Yes, Lash Legend. They are pushing her. Former WNBA basketball player too, by the way.
I like that tag match, and then they were there in the crowd on Raw, so it's cool.
Yeah, not only that, but if you look on, I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but I've been seeing so much of Lash Legend. She's doing a cooking show. She had Ivy Nile on a recent one. I'll send you the episode, but
nice.
Yeah, I feel like Lash Legend is being pushed. And honestly, when she was up for the women's NXT title, the North American title, she performed really well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to see another big woman. I think she might be the tallest one on the roster, to be honest with you.
She does look tall. Yeah.
Dominant force. Love to see her go against maybe a Jade or a Bianca one-on-one.
Yeah.
Maybe more Jade than Bianca. But good, solid match. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. That's all my notes. That's all my notes from SmackDown. SmackDown always feels short. You get those 4 matches, you get some talking, and then you're out. And Raw now, Raw is the same time, 2 hours, but Raw still feels a bit longer. I can't figure out why.
They've been jam packing a lot in a little time. It just feels like for SmackDown, I'm antsy for the Tribal Chief. How is this story going to progress? Right?
Yeah.
If we can't get Jey, who else? Are we going to go outside? Are we going to get other family members? Are we going to go and we're going to have conversations with maybe Sammy? I would highly doubt the Tribal Chief would go and talk to Sammy. If he's not going to talk to Jey, for sure he's not talking to Sammy.
Yeah.
After what he did.
But maybe Jey says, hey, I know somebody. And then you get Sammy. That's probably how it's going to work out.
You think so?
Yeah. Once Jey gets saved by Jimmy, says, I'll help. We need one more. Yeah, I know somebody. It's gotta be that way. Moxley drops his AEW or brings it to WWE. Ooh,
dang, that'd be nuts. But even Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins he's busy with Bronson Reed, but I just feel like that story hasn't ended with Roman and Seth.
Oh,
after Mania, like that chair shot, we still haven't heard from Roman or even Seth, like what's going on between them two, you know, brothers, once brothers, now low-key enemies, you know?
Yeah. I also hope that after my King Gunther wins at Crown Jewel, Cody gets back into this bloodline. Because it you know, it's cool that KO's pissed off about it. Randy feels weird. Sammy, Seth feels a certain way about it. Like that, man, everyone's just able to eat off this bloodline storyline the past 2-3 years, right?
Which makes Roman the greatest of
Current
all time.
star ever. Current.
Yeah, man. Fun times for the bloodline story. They need to make the 2.0 look stronger though.
I think they did that at the end of, you know, beating up on both of them. Now, if you get more people in the ring, then yeah, they may not look as strong. And that, you know, I don't know, but that's how I felt at the end of SmackDown. Was like, okay, now they're trying to show that these guys can go.
Yeah, man. Are we getting Wiseman back next week or this week? Because Wiseman has to find the recruits, right? I feel like the Wiseman is going to be the one to come talk to Jey. Probably Wiseman's going to be the one to try to put roster people in place.
He has to come back at some point. I don't know if we get him this soon though, because we're working towards end of November for Survivor Series. So maybe they give him a little bit more time off. I don't know. I love me some Paul Heyman. So
yeah, and we said it earlier in the early episodes. Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker would be cool. What if there's a big heel change with Paul Heyman?
Yeah,
and he goes with the dogs.
Oh man,
that's another thing that could happen.
Yeah,
not far fetched. I am super excited because I was correct. I don't have the ding ding ding, but I was right.
Ding, 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 ding.
With the Viking Raiders coming back.
Yeah,
they are now the War Raiders. They went back to War Raiders, and boy, did they look good.
They look great, but it seemed like nobody gave a shit.
Nobody did.
So that was my note. Like, wow, like, and even Tessitore like was trying to sell it, and you were like, man, like the crowd just could care less. It was weird, man. Like it was very similar to like the Raquel reaction, but they were announced, so you thought they would have got some love, and it was, I don't know. It was just something weird with the audio, but it felt like there was nothing there.
The crowd reaction, even panning straight to the screen, you could see the walkway, and you could see the audience. There was no cheering. It was kind of like
nothing.
Raiders, right? Because there was no. Typically, you'll hear Valhalla's coming, right, and then the horn will sound. I don't even remember there being a horn. It was just Raiders. So we knew it was the Viking Raiders, but there was a new song. They got a new look. Ivar looks totally different without the face makeup. But I love the Viking Raiders, and seeing their performance as the War Raiders again.
Yeah,
I think they did a really good job. And I think it was a really good way to start off against Alpha Academy.
Yeah. And also the tag tournament itself, right? This is for the #1 contender. So be cool for them to make a run, but I just maybe being War Raiders, like maybe a lot of the audience was like, who is this? Because again, that's an NXT name. They were never the War Raiders on WWE TV, on Raw, I should say. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm happy to have him back. The tag division needs a shot to the arm, but I want that to be them, but I don't know if it will be, because you need people that can talk, and at least on the Raw or SmackDown, we've never gotten that from them. So we'll have.
That's true. That's very true. Give me a big man that can go anytime. Ivar, Bronson Reed, freaking Otis. All those guys. And I love it. Give me those guys all day. I'm with it.
Mm-hmm. Where are we at with Alpha Academy? Like, they're just like, are they kind of done now? Like, because they lose to them, right?
Yeah, this might be the end of Alpha Academy.
Find something for Maxine though. Keep her on television.
Yeah, we need to see her go. Like, for real. Keep Maxine on television. Hashtag. First look at American Made in a while. They cut a promo driving a Jeep.
Yeah, that was weird, huh?
Yeah, man. That was personalities, they're working on it right now.
Yeah.
Who was that? Julius?
I don't know
which one it was. Which one of
I,
the
this sounds awful. I don't know the difference in the names. Like I know them. I would see them, but if like one was walking up to me, I'd be like, "Hey, Creed brother," which is awful. They don't know me either. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying like, oh, they'll be like, oh, and I'll be like Creed brother. No, I would just not know which one it was.
Exactly. But you're absolutely right. I was going to tell you this week, if we didn't see Alpha Academy, if we didn't see Uncle Howdy, if we didn't see American Made, I was going to ask you like what's going on with these guys, because it's been a couple weeks that we haven't seen them.
Yeah. Wyatt's another little glitch during Miz's, well, no, we wouldn't even call it a match, the Miz R-Truth entrance. So it just feels like they're going after Miz, right?
It felt like it was gonna happen right there. You had AOP out in the Destiny guys right there out front.
Yeah.
And you had Miz in the ring going to town on Truth. And people love Truth. He's the ultimate baby face. This was the perfect time for the Wyatt Six to come save Truth. Didn't happen. Thought it was.
Can I just say one thing? I love Truth. I love the Wyatts. I don't want them interlocking in a storyline. Truth is so good at the comedy.
Yeah.
We just keep tearing down these Wyatts, man.
Get Uncle Howdy to say what's up.
Yeah. If that happens, just don't have them be the Wyatts anymore. Just do something else.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good way to get Alexis Bliss in. Maybe it's her that saves Truth. The women love Truth. You see what he does with Nia Jax on socials and Tiffy and after party. Like maybe it's Alexa. Maybe it's the entrance for her. I don't know. Maybe she's the one that kind of steps in and saves Truth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
That's the only thing that makes sense. If they keep on putting the glitches over Miz, over the story, remember I told you weeks ago, I was like, maybe they're going after AOP. Maybe they're going after Karrion Kross and his group.
Yeah.
And
that would be fun at least. That'd be at least fun because there's guys they can wrestle against instead of all of them beating up Miz.
The Authors of Pain they just look so much stronger than the Wyatt Six, though.
Well, than everybody. I wish they really would let them be dominant and be in this tag. They have a match next week. I'm trying to remember who it's against for the tournament. Oh, New Day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they should get the dub on that. But put the strap on give those guys, like when they were brought in and they were with Seth Rollins when Seth was like his with Triple H and what are they, corporate Seth? I don't know, you can call it corporate Seth, whatever. But they were so good then. Yeah. And I thought they were going to shoot those guys to the moon, and then they just kind of disappeared for a while. So I would love a big push for them. Maybe even getting out of under the thumb of Cross, and them go off and do their own thing.
I agree. I had never heard them work the mic though. So how do they sound on the mic?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just have Paul Ellering go with them. Paul is a classic tag team manager. So
there you go.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Sign me, Hunter. Sign me.
What else do we have on Raw?
Rhea, Tiffy teaming up. The very first part of Raw, the first promo, I thought that for sure Rhea's teeth were going to get knocked out. That Raquel boot or heel looked like she ate it. She looked like
she did.
Digested the whole thing. That was tough.
I loved how Rhea was like, "Who am I going to get?
Yeah.
Everybody hates me."
Yeah.
It almost felt like Roman. It was like, who's going to team with us, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Everybody hates us.
Yeah. Yep. Match was fine though. The end match. I did love Nia coming out. I think Nia is gonna crush Liv unless they find some way to like get around. Unless she has her heater with her, Raquel, and that ties into it. But man, seeing those two in the ring I was like, Liv, like, good night.
Yeah,
you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
She can't body slam Nia Jax. She can't throw Nia Jax.
No.
How is Liv going to win? She has to be smart about this. She has to
Yeah.
pick apart Nia Jax.
It's
How
just
does
so
she-
interesting because they're both heels.
Yeah.
We have 2 heels, which is fun. So they're both going to do heelish stuff. Even though Nia kind of flirts with that, going to a baby face because she's with Tiffy, but that that turn is coming too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of invested in their match at Crown Jewel, just to see how it turns out.
Last night made me invested. I'll give
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah.
This is the best we've seen Nia in a while. Like as far as like getting attention and making me feel invested.
Yep.
And she didn't even say a word.
No.
Like it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Came out
Pretty
and
damn cool.
wreck shit. Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the note from Joe, but he said that this was Tiffy's first Raw match.
Oh yeah.
On Raw, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And I thought for sure she was cashing in so that we would have those two at Crown Jewel. But Dom, comes through with the save.
As a nice boyfriend should.
Yep. You get him all the chicken nuggets you can, Liv. Get him all those chicken nuggies.
What else do we have? We already talked about Braun Breaker, talked about Jimmy on the hunt, chasing Jay.
I don't know if there was much else to talk about. Raw wasn't great, in my opinion. I liked SmackDown a little bit more, which usually hasn't been the case, but they were both just okay, right? Like I wasn't like, oh man, I really want to touch on this. They were just okay. They just moved us along.
Another interaction with Last Legend and Jakara Jackson with Jade and Bianca. I wish we had a tag name for them. That match was fun, man. Damage Control versus those two.
Very good. Yes. I did have that. Yep. That Sane and EO, man, they're just great wrestlers.
That Japan style, man. I can't wait for Asuka to come back. Asuka, where you at? We need you back.
Yep. Need to. Never mind. I was going to say spit your stuff, but that sounds wild. You've been sucking off your family's legacy for 14 years.
Jesus. Cool.
Relax.
Who were your wrestler of the week? Who is it?
My wrestler of the week beat his big brother in a match. Gave the spike to his cousin, who claims to be the tribal chief, the original tribal chief. So I'm giving it to the new tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. He actually looked strong. The match was great. He walked out triumphant at the end of SmackDown. That's who I'm giving it to this week.
I'm not gonna argue that. I think that's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. Too bad SmackDown was so far away that I forgot about it. No, that was solid. I like that. I would echo that. But if I'm gonna be different, I'm gonna go with the man that returned. Gotta go with Ivar, man. Put on a great performance, stellar performance, back spinning kicks. Like my man's 3-something, like maybe 350.
Huge.
It's a big guy hitting all kinds of moves, and to do that without a pop. His confidence wasn't broken. He went out there, he performed, and man, I hope the War Raiders get more love next time.
I hope they do too. I hope the crowd shows them some respect. I mean, that you could have heard a pin drop in that place if it wasn't for the music.
Man, I love the Viking Raider gimmick though. Like the ship coming out, Valhalla, the makeup. Like it was this War Raiders. I don't know. There's no pop. There's no like pizzazz.
We need like a DOA. Like I don't know if you remember the disciples of. Wait, was it DOA? The bikers, the bald bikers. Like Crush was in it, like back in the Attitude Era, maybe slightly before the Attitude Era started. Now that I think about it, but just and Paul Ellering, if I remember correctly, managed them too. But
Disciples of Apocalypse.
Yes, something like that. Because like they still look kind of like the Viking Raiders, but they're the War Raiders. Like, let's just get a hold, get them out there on bikes. I don't know if they ride bikes, but they look like they do, right?
Yeah.
Have them come down, DOA 2.0, just be badasses. Valhalla can be a biker chick.
Yeah, I think Valhalla just had a baby or something, so I don't know if we see her anytime soon.
Well,
But yeah, you know who would make a good biker chick? Ivy Nile.
yeah.
Yeah,
Rhea is a biker chick.
she is. I don't think she ever rode a bike though, but she definitely has the look.
One last thing. I hate it, and this is going to sound awful. Come on, because I'm a man and I shouldn't be saying this. I hated Raquel's wrestling gear.
Yeah, too much leather. It's like there was similar looks to Rhea's, you know.
That, and it was just like cut in weird places. Like that's just a nitpick, but I was like, "What is that?" We were talking about bikers, and it reminded me of that.
It could be a comfortability thing too. She might not feel super comfortable showing off too much, which she never did. She never did before. She doesn't do the back thing no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went through what we got our wrestlers of the week. You silly guy. You silly goose.
You silly guy. You've been sucking off your family. Sorry. Imagine if they cut it like his mic went out. You've been sucking off your family.
Hey yo, you just did a guy. Hey yo,
hey, yo, relax, bro.
Hey, come on, Bron. Throwback match. We're gonna throw it back to 1989 WCW Halloween Havoc. I feel like this was fitting with the spooky season.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1. About 2 hours and 11 minutes in on Peacock. Go check it out. It was Ric Flair and Sting versus Terry Funk and the Great Muta.
Yeah, fun match. Halloween Havoc 89, settling the score was the tagline.
In the Thunderdome.
The intro was so 80s because I wanted to watch that, right? Like the very beginning of the show. It was just, I mean, it was the cheapest 80s shit I had seen, but I loved it because I eat that stuff up. Got good old JR on the call before he is good old JR. He's just Jim Ross here.
Yep.
A couple of my notes. Terry Funk looked amazing in 89. Like, you know, I knew Terry Funk as Chainsaw Charlie because I never watched WCW when I was until the NWO era. I never watched. So like my introduction to Funk was Chainsaw Charlie. And to me, it's like amazing what 7 years can do to a human being that wrestles every day. Because Funk looked like a goddamn wrestler in 89, right? Yeah. And then you see Chainsaw Charlie in 96, 97, and you're like, what happened?
Well, look, I mean, see how many bumps he's taken between.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a guy who's wrestling every day, sometimes twice a day, like 7 years will age you 30, right? What are my other notes? He looked great. Love the Thunderdome, right? A cage. And I love that it was a cage Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Throw in the towel match. That was a lot of fun. The one weird thing to me that really, really stood out was Bruno Sammartino as the ref. Like that's WW at this time, WWF. Like that's royalty there and still is. But I was thinking like, because they were talking and Bruno Sammartino, and I'm like, why are they saying his name on WCW TV? And then, oh shit, he's the referee.
Yeah, special guest referee.
Yeah, which like there was a huge botch between him and Muta where like it was just the slowest. Like Bruno was old at this point, you know, but he like tries to duck one of these, and Muta just kind of stops it and waits until Bruno ducks, and then you get the chop. But fun match. Flair, I would say this is peak Flair, maybe a couple of years prior. Stinger, you know, the face paint, the fun face paint.
That was one thing they kept on saying. Jim Ross in the commentary was the youngster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They kept on reiterating that this is the youngest guy in the ring right now.
Yep. He was their guy. He was, you know, the future of WCW. Hence why, you know, he was, I mean, they pushed him so hard. He was just always there. Flair looked good. Muta was fun to watch. I mean, the ending was weird. It was weird. Teddy Hart, they're like, did he mean to do that? Like, but all in all, it's a very nostalgic look. And especially because I did not watch, like, again, I didn't watch WCW pre NWO era.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun to watch. I mean, it's as I was fast forwarding through the earlier matches, I was like, wow, some of these, wow. Wow. I mean, Brian Pillman and Luger was cool, but some of the others, you had the Road Warriors, some of the other matches, I was like, who is this? Like Jim that is a janitor at the
Yeah.
high school? They gave him a call. But Halloween Havoc, man, I love the theme, the brand. I know they do it in NXT. I don't know. Are they doing it this year?
I think I don't know. They should have already announced it. It should be this
Yeah.
month. I haven't seen nothing. I'm looking on the website right now. I'm not seeing anything on the website about
Oh, let's see.
Halloween Havoc.
2024. Yep. Here it is. October 27th, baby.
Oh, there we go. It's on a Sunday, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Lord's Day. Promotional poster featuring Ethan Page, Trick Williams, Roxanne Perez.
Trick has his title back. Oba lost his title.
Femi.
Yeah, he lost it to Ethan Page, actually, I think. No. It was the Italian dude that pop out Aiden legs. Get his name. Yeah, man. I really like that match. I had a fun time watching it. I love the rope hanging. I loved how much they used the rope hanging, and that's something we don't see now. Like when there's a cage match, like that'll be cool to add some things like that. Bring back the Thunderstorm. Like let people get electrocuted.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're getting too soft in wrestling. We needed someone to get electrocuted.
Big squares in that cage, by the way.
Yes.
Jeez, big
Enormous.
squares. Almost felt like it was going to topple over. What was it? By just zip ties or what?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it was WCW 89. They didn't have a ton of funds. I think a lot of the money went to Flair.
Oh, you could tell by the way he walked out. They didn't have the budget for the women, but
man,
when
that dude
walked out,
much, Razor Ramon, so much machismo. Ric Flair, machismo to the max, bro.
I agree. Yeah. Good match. Check out Halloween Havoc on Peacock, 1989, season 1, episode 1, about the 2-hour and 11-minute mark. Check it out. Flair, Sting versus Funk and Muta.
Muta, the great Muta.
Great makeup. Didn't last long, but great makeup.
No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, never did.
There's a moment where Jim Ross is like, he's bleeding from the back. Oh no, that's Muta's mate.
Jim wanted color so bad. God damn it. All right, never mind.
Awesome. Well, let's put a bow on this episode. Wonder, what do you think?
Yep, let's do it. Let's get out of here. We got stuff to do, people to see, checks to cash, chest to slap. I don't know. Keep going.
Go see my chest slap with Manny Lemons. It's up right now on YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, you got your chest slap because I beat your ass in trivia. That's why.
Man, it was rigged, man. Woo! You guys worked that out. Salute to our my friend, your friend, our friend, Fonzie with the Lake Talk 801. He came and took some pictures, took some video. So
our luchador.
Yes. You can follow me on Instagram at Dre Rawka, DRERAWKA, allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. New episode of Unrestricted is gonna be out. By the time this is out, it'll be out the following day. So patience with me. A lot of editing to do. But I sat down with the good folks over at Fierce Fighting Championship, my man Sajin and my guy Zach Partridge. We got Fierce Fighting Championship November 8th. I believe it's November 8th. It might be November 6th. We are at the
what day of the week is it? A Saturday?
A Saturday.
So that would be the 8th.
No, that's the 9th.
9th.
No, it's the 8th. It's Friday the 8th. My bad. November, Friday the 8th. We are at the Masonic Temple in downtown Salt Lake, where the Freemasons are at. I heard, there's a story. I don't know how they did talk about it on the pod. He didn't tell me not to cut it, so I can say it. He said that when they were going through the tour, the Masonic Temple, there's different rooms, and each room is themed out. There's like an Egyptian room. There's another room for like, I guess, different gods or something. I'm bullshitting all this. I don't know what the meaning is, but he told me that he went to these rooms. He said that he went to the restroom, and as he was going down the hall, some guy in a full gown, like a ceremonial gown, came out with a sword.
No.
He said that he turned around so quick and went the other way. It's like, yeah, that's where we're gonna be at.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go check out that episode. It should be out now or pretty soon to now.
Beautiful. Will Wonder Show, the Will Wonder Show on Instagram, on YouTube as well. 31 days of Halloween. As we're recording this, we are at day 15. There's an episode every day, which is a lot of fun. But I also want you to watch the full episode 3 of the Will Wonder Show with Niall Campbell of the Utah Jazz, Gabino Grimes of Mike Masters Alliance. A lot of fun. The numbers have been so good. The reaction to 31 Days of Halloween has been very cool. I'm going to do a recap at the end of the month, exactly how much it's grown, the channel. It's been, I mean, halfway through, it's been really, really cool. Been really cool. Have some angry comments, one in Portuguese, which I was like, damn, I reached out to Portugal, or at least someone who only speaks Portuguese, which is cool. But yeah, do all that. DJ Will Wonder on Twitter. Blah, 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 blah. You've been sucking off your family for years.
We out.